Hey guys, it's Alyssa. I got a special request to work on some poses that will help build strength in the back as well as relieve pressure in the back. So we can certainly do that for you since we all have been spending much more time at home. We're working from home. We're helping the kids with their homework from home. I know we're all binging on Netflix and Disney Plus and whatever there is out there. So let's get you up and moving. There's some really great benefits to these poses for your back. One, it gets that spinal fluid moving. You are as young as your back is mobile. Ask any chiropractor, ask any yoga teacher. It's super important. It helps with our posture, right? It helps us detox our system when we do spinal twists. It stimulates and massages our internal organs, and that helps us twist out all of that junk and that tension that we hang on to. And just at the end of the day, it makes us feel a whole lot better. And don't forget, the number one thing that can help with back pain is opening up your hamstrings. So in this flow, we'll get those hammies in there. We'll twist, we'll stretch everything out, we'll get some strengtheners in there and some heart openers. So, it's been a little bit of a crazy week. I'm gonna crack open this bad boy. This is from 412 Brewery in my hometown of Pittsburgh. And as always, we got our Pirani cups here. You know I like to yoga sustainably. So if you'd like to crack a cold one open, go grab a drink or a nice refreshing drink of water, kombucha, tea, whatever you feel like. Join me and we'll have a few sips at the end of the class because of course this is ales and asanas, yoga and beer, and it's all about making yourself feel good. Thanks guys. Let's start with our legs extended in front of us. Sit yourself up nice and tall, so really wiggle those sits bones down and your hips down. Lengthen through the spine all the way up through the crown of the head. The chin is parallel with your mat. Place the palms down right next to your hips. Hug the elbows in towards your side body. Take a deep breath in. Open your mouth. Exhale. Let it go. Start to cross the left foot over the right leg. Hug that knee in nice and tight. Really give it a good squeeze so much that it helps you strengthen and lengthen your spine nice and tall. Take a deep breath in. Lift your left arm up in the air. And as you exhale, twist your chest open towards the left and place that hand behind you towards the back of your mat. Use that hand behind you to help prop you up nice and tall. Keep that chest lifting. And use that arm wrapped around your leg to help engage your twist. Maybe you turn your head to look all the way over that left shoulder. Start to unwind and come back to center. Uncross that foot. And we'll go for the other leg. So cross that foot over the leg, hug that knee in nice and tight, squeeze it so strong that you zip up tall through the spine. You may even feel a little bit of your hip opening there. As you take a breath in, extend your right arm up in the air, and as you exhale, open your chest towards the right. Root that hand down behind you. Again, it helps to prop you up nice and tall, and keep squeezing that knee in nice and tight. And as you flow through your breath, on your exhales, notice as your spine starts to lengthen and twist a little deeper. Unravel, come back to center. And then start to make your way onto hands and knees, tabletop. Tabletop, we want those shoulders right over the wrists and the hips over the knees. And we flow with the breath. As you inhale, let the hips and the gaze shift up. As you exhale, root down through your palms, arch up through your spine like a cat. Inhale, hips and gaze go up. Exhale, arch up the spine, draw the belly button high, tuck the chin towards the chest. Inhale, hips and gaze go up. Exhale, press those palms down like you're shoving the mat away from you. Really be dramatic with your spine movement here. Nice, now flatten it out, come to neutral. Tuck your toes, lift your hips, make your way into downward dog. This is where we really want to ramp up the breath. So make sure you're taking big, deep breaths in And exhale, slowly let it out. Inhale, breathe it in. Exhale, breathe it out. Make sure your palms are flat and the fingers are spread apart. Take a big breath in, and this time open your mouth, exhale, let it go. The chest is pressing back towards the thighs, lengthening down the backs of the legs. And then walk your feet to meet your hands at the top of the mat. As you inhale, lift and flatten out your spine like a nice flat tabletop. Press your thighs behind you. Feel those hamstrings starting to open. Exhale, release, and fold. Keep your right fingertips on the mat. Bend that right knee, straighten the left leg. Inhale, twist your chest towards the left and reach that left arm up in the air. Maybe peek up at that left thumb. And fold forward. Left fingertips stay down. Bend that left knee. Straighten the right leg. Inhale, twist the chest open to the right. Lift that right arm up in the air. Look up at those fingertips. Breathe it in. And then fold forward. Take a breath in. Open your mouth. Exhale, let it go. Release the tension in your neck. Start to bend into your knees, roll yourself upright to standing. When you get there, roll those shoulders back. Lift your toes up off of the mat, spread them apart, let them air out. Take a big breath in. Exhale it out. Feel yourself standing here, rooting strong through your feet, lifting up tall and strong. Let's get ready to flow. Inhale, sweep your arms overhead. Exhale, lead with your chest in a flat back, fold over your legs. Inhale, lift and lengthen, flatten out the spine. Exhale, release, fold, step back to a high push-up position. Shift your shoulders forward slightly or lower your knees if you need it as you lower down towards a low push-up. Inhale, press into your hands, lift your chest, cobra or up dog. And on your exhale, make your way back, down dog. Breathe it in. Exhale it out. Steady inhales. Steady exhales. One more time, take a huge breath in, fill up your lungs, and this time, open your mouth. Exhale, let it go. Sigh it out if you need to. Bring your feet to meet your hands at the top of the mat. Inhale, lift and flatten the spine. Press those thighs back. Exhale and fold. Inhale, sweep yourself all the way up to standing and dive right back into it. Fold over the legs, leading with the heart. Inhale, lift and lengthen, flatten the spine. Exhale, release. Plant those hands flat. Step back. Lower your knees if you need it. Lower down through a low push-up. On your inhale, lift your chest. And on your exhale, come back, downward facing dog. Breathe it in. Breathe it out. Steady inhales. Steady exhales. Breathe it in, in. Open your mouth. Exhale, let it go. Come forward to a high plank and let's hold this plank for a few rounds of breath. Make sure you're nice and strong here with your belly engaged, strong through the shoulders. One more breath, and then lower the knees down, tabletop. Start to come into a side plank. So come on to that right hand and knee. Extend the left leg towards the back of your mat and plant that foot flat. Peel your belly, chest, and shoulders open towards the side and look up at that thumb. From here, start to lift that back foot off the mat. Engage your belly so you're nice and stable. Bend the knee, reach back with that left hand and grab the foot. Start to kick that heel away from your glute. It will naturally start to open up your shoulder and create an enhanced back bend here. Keep actively pressing that foot into the hand and push the foot away from the glute. Maybe drop your head back. Think about your chest lifting. One more breath. Release the hand, foot with control, and close it off, tabletop. Going for the other side, come onto the left hand and knee, extend that right leg towards the back of the mat, and make sure that foot is flat so it helps root you down nice and strong in your side plank. Stack your shoulders on top of each other, look up at that thumb. And then from here, lift the back foot off the mat. Steady yourself using your core control. Bend the knee, make sure it stays at hip level. Grab it with your hand, kick that foot into your hand and away from your glute. Let it peel open that shoulder, feel that opening through the collarbone and the chest. Drop the head back. Keep the breath steady and keep actively pressing that foot into the hand. One more breath in. Exhale, gently release with control and close it off, tabletop. Walk your palms about a foot in front of you. Lower your chin and chest down to the mat. Let your hips stay lifted. Puppy pose. This is a pretty intense shoulder and back opener, so make sure you keep the breath calm and steady here. Start to press into your palms, lift your chest, and walk the hands back a little closer to your feet to make your way into downward dog. Walk yourself to the top of the mat. Shift it out. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, fold. Bend into your knees. Step the right foot towards the back of the mat. Stay on your toes. Keep that back heel lifted. Front knee is right over the ankle. Setting up for crescent. Inhale, lift your arms and torso up. Pull your ribs down towards your pelvis. Try not to splay everything open. Take a big breath in. Imagine your spine growing taller. And on your exhale, open your arms wide towards the left for water wheel. Make sure you're rooting into both feet here to keep you stable. As you drop your hand towards that back leg and raise the right arm up for a reverse water wheel. Turn your head to look down at that back leg. Bring yourself back up to center. Square it off to crescent. And then come forward onto that front foot. Flying warrior 3. The back foot raises off of the floor. Hips are square. Chest is lifting slightly. And hey, if you fall out of it, come right back in, no big deal. Squeeze the glutes, squeeze the heel up towards the ceiling, and then interlace your hands behind your back. Squeeze your shoulders, shoot your knuckles behind you, opening up those shoulders. One more breath. Release the hands down by your feet. Come into standing split. So folding over that left leg, and the right leg is raising higher and higher in the air, getting that heel up towards the ceiling. One more breath, squeeze it up. Exhale, release. Let's shift it out again by lifting, lengthening, and flattening out the spine, pressing the thighs behind you. Relax, fold, bend the knees, step the left foot towards the back of the mat. Coming into our crescent lunge, shoulders down and away from the ears. Ribs and pelvis pulling towards each other, rooting strong in both feet. Take a deep breath in. Imagine your spine growing taller. And on your exhale, spread those arms wide, twisting your chest open towards the right. Turn your head to look back at that right thumb. Steady in the legs. Take a breath in. Reverse that water wheel. Reach the left arm high overhead. Turn your head to look at that back leg. Bring yourself back up to center. Good. Square it off. Come back into your crescent and prepare to come forward onto that front foot, lifting the back foot off the mat, floating and flying away to warrior 3. Hips are square, hips facing down at the mat. Find your hands at your tailbone, interlace them, squeeze those shoulders, shoot the knuckles behind you. A little bit of a bend in the knee might help keep you a little more steady here. Release the hands, place them down by the foot, fold over that leg, standing split. Squeeze that left glute, reach those left toes up towards the ceiling. One more big breath in. Exhale, release, fold forward. Inhale, lift and flatten out your spine. Exhale, fold. Bring the feet and thighs to touch. Bend your knees, drop your booty, arms reach up for chair pose. We're gonna flow here. Press the palms together, lower them to your chest. Inhale, lengthen the spine, and exhale, bring that elbow to the outside of the thigh. Twisting chair. Both knees need to be facing forward here. Protect those knees. Turn your head to look down at your toes. Root strong in the left foot. Pull the right foot up towards your glute like a little baby flamingo. With control, step that right foot to the back of your mat. And we now have a twisting lunge. Press that elbow into the thigh. Use it to enhance your twist. Look up at the left elbow. Turn your head to look back at your feet for stability. Step that back foot forward. And reach it up high, breathe it in, and exhale, fold over the legs. We're not wasting any time. Come right into the other side. Bend the knees, drop the booties, arm reach up, chair pose. Palms pressed together, lower them to your heart. Inhale, lengthen your spine, and on the exhale, cross that elbow over the thighs, twisting our chest towards the right. Knees face forward. Turn your head to look down at your toes. Root strong in that right foot. Pull the left heel up to your glute, and with control, step that foot towards the back of the mat. We have our twisting lunge. Wringing out the spine, massaging those internal organs. Continue to press that elbow to engage the twist. Turn your head to look down at your toes. Will help keep your balance as you step that foot forward to meet the other. Coming back to center, inhale, straighten your legs, stand it up, breathe it in, reach it high. Exhale, fold over your legs. Wiggle your head yes, wiggle your head no. And come into gorilla. Gorilla, we lift up our feet and stick our palms right underneath those feet. Wiggle the toes up to the crease of your wrist and fold forward. This can be a little bit intense, so if you need to bend your knees here, bend your knees. Use that resistance of your feet on top of your hands to help you fold closer and closer over your legs. Maybe wiggle your toes a little bit, give yourself a little massage there. Might feel a little weird at first, but that's really great for all that time we spend at a computer, and it helps alleviate systems of carpal tunnel syndrome. Release them, shift it out, step back to a high plank, lower it down. Inhale, lift your chest, up dog or cobra, and exhale, make your way back, downward dog. Come forward to a high plank, and with control, lower all the way down to your belly. We'll work on a few strengtheners here. So sweep your arms beside you with your palms down. Your forehead is facing down. We'll work on a little bit of locust pose here. So start to activate your legs and press into the tops of your feet. Press into the pads of your fingers. Inhale, lift your chest. Whether it's a 1/2 inch or 5 inches, do what you can here. If you would like a little bit more, lift the feet off of the mat. Use those fingertips that are beside your body as balance. Take one more breath in, exhale and release. Create a little pillow with your forearms. Keep your neck and spine neutral with the forehead facing down. And catch your breath a little bit here. And we'll prepare for another round. So bring those arms beside you with the fingertips down. Press into the tops of the feet. Inhale, lift the chest. Lift the feet. If you would like a little more this time, interlace your hands and squeeze those shoulders together, shooting the knuckles behind you. Keep breathing, even though we're on our bellies here. Take one more big breath in, lift higher. Exhale, release. Create that little pillow with your forearms. Steady your breath. We'll come into a third round. You can either continue with locust, or if you follow along with the video and would like to try bow, we'll take it up a notch. Wherever we are, we start in locust. So arms are beside you. Inhale, start to lift your chest. Start to lift the feet. Keep breathing. If you're coming into bow, bend your right knee and grab that foot with your right hand. Bend the left knee, grab it with your left hand. Start to kick those feet away from you. It will naturally lift you up. Open your shoulders, open your chest. Lift that chin, look up high. Take one more big breath in, press the feet away and lift higher if you can. And exhale, release. Make your way back to child's pose. Knees wide, forehead down, arms stretching out in front of you. Notice your heart rate and start to use your breath to calm yourself down and stabilize. Start to make your way into downward dog, just for one breath. And we'll start to set up for triangle pose. Step the right foot towards the front of the mat. Keep those toes facing towards the right. The back foot comes flat with the toes pointing off to the side. Bring yourself upright. Straighten that front leg and then reach those fingers until they can't reach any further and the hand comes down to your shin. Left arm raises directly over the shoulder. Turn your head to look up at that thumb. Press the pelvis forward. If you need to have a slight bend in that front knee to help you rotate the ribs and belly forward, go ahead and do that. If that still's not accessible to you, grab a block, a book, or you know us, a pint glass, and rest your fingertips on top of it. That will give you a little bit of length in the legs and the spine and not be so intense on your hamstrings. So give yourself a little lift there. We're trying to rotate the belly, ribs, chest, and shoulders towards the side and root down through that back foot. Activate that whole leg. Bring yourself upright. Place your hands on your hips. Turn your shoulders to face forward. Step the back foot halfway up your mat. Breathe it in as you lift your left arm up, and on your exhale, twist your hand to the outside of the right leg. Twisting triangle. Maybe you lift the right arm overhead. Maybe you use that cup for a little bit of length and lift. A cup or a block or a book, whatever you have at home. One more breath here. Twist those ribs a little further. Exhale, close it off, and step back to a downward dog. Let's get ready for the other side. So the left foot steps towards the front of the mat. Setting up for triangle. Left toes forward, right toes face to the side with that foot nice and flat. Bring yourself up, straighten the front leg, reach those left fingers forward, and then come into triangle pose. Again, here we're trying to rotate the belly, shoulders, and collarbones so they're broad with the side of your wall. Pelvis presses forward. Root down strong through that back foot so you activate through the blade of the outside of that foot. Turn your head to look up at the thumb. And again, if you need a little bit of length on a block or a book here, use your props. Then bring yourself up. Place your hands on your hip, turn your shoulders to face forward and step the back foot halfway up the mat. Breathe it in, reach the right arm up, and on the exhale, twist yourself, placing that hand on the outside of the left foot. And again, give yourself a little length here. Use one of your props to help take that pressure off the hamstrings. Scissor the legs. That means bring the left hip back and the right leg forward as if you were a pair of scissors. Maybe you can turn your head to look up towards your fingers. One more breath. Exhale and release. Step it back. Downward dog. Take a breath in. Exhale, let it go. Step your right foot to the outside of the right hand. Step your left foot to the outside of the left hand. Bend your knees, sink your booty down, come into a low squat. Place your palms at your chest. Press the backs of your arms into your legs, pressing the knees back. Zip up tall through the spine and through the crown of the head. Lift the chest. Breathe here. This is really great for opening up your hips. Really great for your digestive system. Gently place your hands down behind you and take a seat. Just like we started class, extend those legs out in front of you. Nice active legs. So lift the quads, lift the knees, flex the feet, and inhale and exhale. Fold forward, reach for that cup. And if you got a little treat in there, cheers to you. And let's bend the left knee. Grab that knee with the right hand. Lift that cup in the air, and on your exhale, twist open to the left. If you'd like a little more here, you can grab the outside of the left foot with the hand and start to press through the heel, extending the leg, lengthening the hamstrings. If you keep that knee bent, that also is okay. Wherever you are, turn your head to look back at that cup, eye on the prize. Bring it back around and gently lower the foot. Bend your right knee, sit yourself up nice and tall. Have the cup in your right hand, extend it up in the air like a cheers, and then twist open to the right. Turn your head to look at that cup, keep your eye on the prize. And then if you would like a little more, you can reach for the outside of that foot, pulling the knee in nice and close. If you'd like to go even further, extend that leg, shooting energy out through the heel. Keep your spine tall and the chest lifted. One more breath, and then bring it back to center. Maybe lift a little higher. And release. Take a sip if you'd like. We're almost at the end here, but let's do one balance challenge, helping you to center, helping you to focus. Make sure you sit up nice and tall and roll those shoulders back. Find something in front of you to focus on. And then, yes, you will lift that cup up to the top of your head. And you are steady and ready, so you will move those hands away. Keeping yourself calm, keeping yourself steady. Keep your focus, keep a tall back. Hold it here for one more round of breath. And then bring those hands back to your cup. Lower it down to your chest. Take one more sip, treat yourself, and then place that cup off to the side and start to make your way down to your back. Hug your knees in tight to your chest. Give yourself a big squeeze. Maybe rock and roll a little bit side to side. Give yourself a big thank you. And then let your body go long. Shavasana. Let the feet flop open. Let the arms be away from your body. Use this time to steady your breath and feel your body melt into your mat. Take a slow breath in, filling up your belly, ribs, heart full of air. Open your mouth, exhale. Let that shit go. If you'd like to continue your Shavasana, you might want to press pause. Otherwise, thank you for being here. Hit like, hit subscribe. Cheers to you, and we will see you soon. Thanks, everyone.